So, good afternoon, everyone. Please bear with my voice and my coughing. I have been suffering from flu from past weeks, so please bear with me. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, I am so happy to see you all in person here after such long time of Zoom calls, team calls, virtual world, and everything. We are here in person, and I am really loving it. First of all, I would really like to thank the Customer Marketing Alliance to provide me this opportunity to connect with all the customer marketing gurus sitting here. I'm really happy to see you all. To start with, tell me, why are you here? Why are you actually attending this conference? What's the motto? Can I pick someone? You. Sorry? To learn from our peers. So that's the goal, right? That's the success goal which you are trying to achieve when you are here. Everything in our life, what we do is to achieve a goal. And to achieve a goal, we need to know what the success is. We are going to gym every day, right? Our goal is to be fit, lose some weight. That's a qualitative outcome. How about the quantitative outcome? If you are not losing 10 pounds in a year, are you satisfied? No. So I'll be talking here more about what are the success metrics. We all have been in a position in all the organization where we have been asked, what is the success metrics of customer marketing, customer advocacy? We all have been here, right? So I'll be walking you what we exactly do in Workday and what is the vision. We have a 3 level of success metrics, how we report. Number 1 and number 2, we are doing it right now. Number 3 is the vision for future. Okay, moving ahead. As before me, the panel was talking about, if you really want to be a successful marketer, you have to stay close to the sales cycle. You have to stay close to the sales number. And this is my favorite slide, to be very honest. This is inspired by some of the discussions I had with my friend who works in finance. And I was talking to my VP, and he said, if you really want to make an impact, stand out of the crowd, you have to know your revenue targets. You have to know your pipeline goals. And that's what customer advocacy or customer marketing need to do. Know your numbers, know your pipeline, know your goals. As I'm going back to the panel again and again because they talked about a bit of these things. As we all know, customers are the lifeblood of the business nowadays, right? And they have the power to make or break the company's reputation. So earning their trust and earning their loyalty is the most important thing of the companies right now, right? And that's where customer advocacy play a very important role. No matter what you do in your organization, whatever it is, sales, pre-sales, marketing, customer success, services, you need to keep customer at the center point of whatever you do. We all are customer marketers. We know about the importance of customer advocacy, but I would really like to emphasize on some of the points here, which I gathered from the surveys, from the studies which have been done recently. So as you can see, the first stats is that 92% of the customers today globally believe in or trust in the word of mouth, the referrals, over any of the marketing thing. And the second stat you can see, 76% customers trust the customer-generated content over any marketing content. And the last thing I would like to focus here is 82% of the customers seek referrals and recommendations before buying any product or service. So this emphasizes on the things which we as customer marketeers do. We are important, and I'm sure you all will agree with me on this. So, talking about this thing, I want to emphasize on how we run customer marketing program or customer advocacy program at Workday. So, at Workday, we emphasize on nurturing and developing the relationship with the loyal customers, the happy customers. The first step is to figure out which are the happy customers. And then we have divided or categorized the customer advocacy program in 3 buckets. The first bucket is focused on content. And when I say content, this bucket actually deals with creating any kind of content which emphasizes on in-depth customer success stories. This includes case studies, video testimonials, etc. The second bucket is the speaking opportunities. Now, this bucket actually includes the customer face-to-face or virtually sharing the high-level success story with the Workday products. And this includes like talking in webinars, industry events, customer lunch and learns, etc. And the third one, which is the most important one, is the one-on-one sales references call, where we are actually having a customer talk to the another prospect and converting the deals, right? Closure of the deals, which is very important. So these are the 3 buckets of customer advocacy we are taking care of at Workday. Okay, so we all have seen this customer buyer journey, and we plan our quarterly plans or yearly plans around this. At Workday, as a customer advocacy, we are playing a very important role at each and every phase of the buyer journey. I'll just quickly go through this, and then I will jump on to the success metrics, because that's the point. That's where I want to emphasize more. So if you talk about the first step, which is awareness, customer stories create awareness of the brand, of Workday brand and products. This includes the press releases, which include customers, the social media, the influencer program, or the corporate events. Moving on to the second phase. Second phase is about the education. You all know customers are change makers, and industry leaders face the same challenges as other leaders are facing in the different industry, right? So educating the customers or the prospects through different customer stories is really helpful. And this, how we do this? This is through analyst reports, analyst reviews, podcasts, etc. Moving on to the third phase. Third phase is consideration. When the prospects are considering your products, they want to know about in-depth usage, use cases. And this phase, we create case studies, video testimonial, in-depth use case studies. That's how we support this phase. The next phase, the fourth one, which is the most important one, when we are closing the deals, right? This phase, we help the sales cycle. We get the customers one-on-one reference calls or group references call, so that the prospects can gain the confidence in the products and then create their business case. So this is the most important phase where customer advocacy plays a role. And the last one, advocacy and loyalty. So after the customers have signed, they have deployed, these customers share their experiences via advisory groups or the user groups on how they are using it. And maybe they can learn, the prospects can learn about how to use the product and services. So gist of this slide is that we have been working at all the phases as a very important role to get the deal signed and for the upsell and cross-sell. Right now, after this whole background, I really want to jump into the success metrics. As I mentioned earlier, there are 3 levels of success metrics we work on. The first level, as you can see on the slide, is a customer advocacy metrics, okay? And I have just created 4 pillars where we report on these success metrics. The first one is sales references. How many number of customers we onboarded on the reference program and activated them? X number. I am not sharing any numbers here because I thought it will be like a little confidentiality issues. So, but X number of customers onboarded on a reference program and X number of group references call conducted. The third, which is not mentioned here, the third success metric is number of logos generated, new logos generated. So this pillar talks about the references, group references call, and the logos generated. Now, the second one talks about how many customers from the references program we have converted into customer advocates. And that is doing one or more marketing opportunities with us, like a case study or a testimonial or a speaking opportunity, etc. That's the second one. The third one is how many customer advocates we have turned into the champions. We call customers as champions when they are continuously doing multiple activities with us along the year. We create a special strategic account programs with them, and we kind of plan different marketing opportunities or activities with them along the year. So these are known as customer champions. And the last one is how many customers we can get to review us on the analyst, on a Gartner Magic Quadrant, for example. We need those, right? We need in B2B marketing, we need the Gartner Magic Quadrant to rate us like 5 to get the business deals. So that's how we do it. Just a simple example of one of the product I am taking care of at Workday. We have 6,000 customers, out of which we are focusing on just the LE customers. We have 1,000 LE customers out of 6,000 customers, right? So out of 1,000, we have just 150 on the references program. Out of those 150, we have 80 as customer advocates who have done one activity with us. And out of 80, only 12 are the ones we have converted into champions. So you see the filtration. We have 6,000, we have 1,000, and then we have just 120 references, out of which 80 are customer advocates, and then we have just 12 champions. So this is one of the success metrics specifically focused on customer advocacy. This is second level of customer success metrics. And now, as customer advocacy and customer marketing tie up with the demand gen and campaign teams, right? And I was talking about the 3 buckets before. So with the demand gen and the campaign team, these are basically the success metrics we report as a part of customer advocacy. The bucket number 1, where we are creating the case studies and testimonials, we are measuring this on the basis of how much traffic was generated on the web page, how much was the engagement, how much was the click-through rate, what was the social media engagement, and how many leads were generated, not the qualified leads. I'm talking about how many leads were generated. So this is the first bucket and the success metrics related to it. The second bucket, where we talk about the speaking opportunities, we have attendees or registrants. And then after that, we determine how many are the marketing qualified leads, and then how many are the sales accepted leads. So these are the success metrics we report to our leadership as a part of a demand gen or a campaign team along with customer advocacy. And third one, which is the most important one, is the one-on-one references. How many or how much percentage of pipeline we are supporting by one-on-one references. To be very honest, at Workday, right now, we are just supporting 23% of the pipeline. So if you can just think about, if you go up to 50%, how much impact or how much value will bring to the table, right? So this is the most important kind of success metrics we are reporting as a part of demand gen or a campaign team with the customer advocacy. This slide is the third level. This is a vision. We are not doing it right now, but we are focusing on this. We want to be at this level so that we are showing how much deals are closed with the support of customer marketing, with the support of customer advocacy. Today, in the volatile economic conditions, we know that everything is related to revenue. Everything is related to number. And I would really love to report the results in this kind of a manner. So as you can see, I have shown a few of the things like how many deals were closed by one-on-one sales references call and how much revenue was generated out of it. Then how many deals were closed or leads were generated with the speaking opportunities and how much was the revenue generated of it. And then with the upsell and cross-sell revenue generation through advisory councils, user groups, because those are the places where we know what the customer needs in future. And that's how we upsell and cross-sell and how are we generating revenue through that. So this is a vision, third level metrics we are trying to do, as there are not much software doing these things right now. We are doing it manually. We have started doing this. Many roadblockers, many things to take care of, because when you report the numbers as a part of marketing, then there are many questions which come along with it, and we need to justify that. So this is the vision I would like to have at Workday, and can be a good way of showing how we are supporting sales numbers. I would like to close my session with this very interesting quote which I came across, which says marketeers have to stop reporting on the activities and start reporting on the quantitative outcomes, business quantitative outcomes. So I know sales and marketing, customer marketing, have always been like Tom and Jerry, right? Everybody needs to have that kind of, I'll say, everybody wants to share that they have done this, they have closed the deals. So they have been always like Tom and Jerry. With this kind of reporting and the synergy, as it was talked about in the panel, with the synergy with sales, we can actually work together. We can be Batman and Robin. We can be Mike and Harvey Specter of Suits and take customer market from this place to this place. So that's how we do customer marketing success matrix at Workday, and I'm happy to answer any questions from here onwards. Thank you.
So much. That was wonderful. I know I saw a lot of people taking pictures of the slides with the metrics ideas. We're all going to walk away with those. We have time for one or two questions. So the first one that came up is, do your advocates and champions have to be power users too? And are you tracking advocacy efforts and usage in one place?
The advocates and champions, it is not necessary that they should be power users, but we do have some key industry, key products to focus on. So we determine how to use those advocates and convert them into champions first. And the second thing, there are multiple trackers we are using right now for tracking the advocacy efforts and doing the multiple activities, but yes, we are trying to get some softwares to track it at a single place so that we don't have any kind of like different multiple trackers to work on, and we can report easily if there is just one software or one tracker we can look at.
Awesome. And then we'll wrap up with this question, and then I'm sure folks will find you later at lunch. What are the prospect events that you mentioned in the buying journey that you're keeping a close eye on?
Do you, whoever has asked this question, do you mean the events we do with the customers? That's what the question?
Let us know if you type that, but I guess the events with the customers that perhaps overlap with prospects?
We usually do these events like customer spotlight events, or the events where there are industry speakers or buyer personas, there are prospects, and then we have the customers come over there and speak about their experience with the Workday products. We also do a group reference call, which is a closed door. Nobody from Workday is allowed there. There are a lot of prospects over there. Customer will be there. They'll be asking questions directly to the customer who is using the product. And this is strictly closed door. Nobody from Workday is allowed, so that the customer who is sharing their experience are open to talk about what are the challenges they faced. What are the good things? What are the bad things? So we keep it fair. We try to do these events. We had the flagship event of Workday, which is called as Rising, and we promote this kind of closed door group references calls so that people should know from the referral or the mouth of the customer that how they are using it and are they happy or unhappy with this.
Wow, that is such a good idea with the
Yeah.
closed door reference call.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all of your
Thanks.
insights today. This was wonderful. Everybody give
Thank you.
a
Thank
round
you
of
so much.
applause. Thank you.